welcome to the Guru on Air, the YouTube channel of Godwin Etakibubu, otherwise known on air as the Guru. Today we are discussing a topic that is very, very dear to all Nigerian hearts. All Nigerians. We feel it. We know the pain. And the topic is captured. Have the federal government ceded Nigeria to terrorists? You would understand and appreciate why this topic can be very, very essential at this time. Just on Saturday, terrorists, otherwise loosely called bandits, by the Nigerian government, most importantly than the citizenry, invaded the Kaduna International Airport. An official of the airport management agency, or whatever they call them, was killed. The military were brought in to tackle the terrorists. Again, being very much called bandits by the federal government. That was on Saturday. They had a plane that was about departing down until the military cleared them before the plane took off. And this happened not in the middle of the night, but daytime. That was on Saturday. I repeat that again for emphasis. Then yesterday, Monday in the evening, a train traveling from Abuja to Kaduna, train service number AK9, with about 362 that bought ticket for that trip. It has been 362 were validated to have boarded the plane. 398 bought ticket for that trip, but 362 were validated to have boarded the plane according to the manifest of boarding. Was almost blown off somewhere very, very close to Kaduna by explosive device planted on the track by the terrorists. And when this happened, the terrorists came in. I am picking my story today from the narrative viewpoint of one of the passengers in the train, as he narrated it to Malam El-Rufai, the executive governor of Kaduna State, on his hospital bed. So we are picking the story from there. I mean, an eyewitness, a man that was involved, a man that was picked by the terrorists, moving them into the bush until there was a trickle of change of things that made him to escape. The first thing the terrorists did was to start shooting everywhere. Of course, the explosive device that was planted on the track hit one coach more than another one. As I speak now, the coach conductor, or the what we call it, what we usually call the driver, is yet to be accounted for. And there are too many people yet to be accounted for. But fact is on ground now to identify that 8 were killed, 26 seriously injured. Among those 8 that were killed was a young medical doctor working in Abuja who was on board that train. Among those that were injured was a former deputy governor of Zamfara State. A managing director of one of the national organizations is yet to be accounted for. He might have been dead, he might have been taken away because the terrorists took a lot of the passengers away into the forests. The question is this: if only just on Saturday we had the International Airport of Kaduna raided by terrorists and had place movements still, grounded activities until the military came in. But the military told us later that it was not, that terrorists did not come to the airport. But in another twist of narration, the military admitted that they eliminated, meaning they killed 12 of the terrorists at the airport. And 48 hours after that, a train that was loaded in Abuja, moving to Kaduna, entering into Kaduna territory, now ran into explosive device planted by the terrorists in the track. And they came, they killed, they maimed, and they took as many as they wanted into the forest. That is kidnapping. Is this an indication that the Nigerian government is ceding the country's environment to terrorists? Could something have been done that would have presented a different case than what we are facing now? We need to interrogate these narrations. But first of all, it is not only that we know. Kaduna specifically identify a base of wanton destruction by terrorists in Nigeria. Now, we know that it is in Kaduna. The Nigerian Defense Academy, Kaduna occupied Kaduna house the Nigerian Defense Academy. That is the highest military academy we have in this country. Bandits, terrorists of just last year invaded the Nigerian Defense Academy, and they entered into the Nigerian Defense Academy. They even moved to the areas that officers are staying. They took away one or two officers, though probably they saw them, but they did this so daring that the whole world was wondering, how come that the Nigerian Defense Academy, the highest training institution for the Nigerian military, could easily be invaded like that? That's just one example. The better school, they went there. They were ravaging everywhere last year. The ravaging continues this year again. It's a continuous process. And each time this happens, we get the message that the president gave orders. The president did this. Is there no better way of tackling this thing? Or can we just come to the conclusion that the federal government has ceded in Nigeria to terrorists? We shall continue with this narrative as we move on. The Guru signing off.